humanoid, I don't want to say demon because I think it's an alien. It's a winged humanoid alien thing that shoots rockets as its normal enemy. And its movement is always, I don't want to say erratic because I don't think, I'm trying to remember. And it's very hazy trying to remember its movements because I wasn't distracted by it, because I wasn't like going like, ah yes, it's moving at 2 meters a second every time I try and shoot at it. No, I am trying to dodge rockets. So pretty much, yeah, I wasn't really too distracted by it, but I think from what I remember, it wasn't sporadic, but it kept moving, right? It wasn't like stationary for too long. I was so happy that I was able to kill one, and I was like, I killed a warlord, I'm so happy! And then they would spawn in 2 more. And I'm like, oh no, now there's 2 of them. I remember because at one point, yeah, so pretty much what I was doing on the children's playground was imagining myself playing monsters a bunch of times. And at one point, I was thinking that there's supposed to be the big bad alien thing known as the Rock Titan, or I think it was just called Titan. I think there's 2 different variants. There's the Rock Titan and a normal Titan. And I was thinking I was facing against the Rock Titan because he was throwing rocks at me, right? So I was thinking I was facing against him, and I was trying to kill the Rock Titan, of course. So I'm trying to make these gun sounds with, and I was really bad as a kid, and I can't make them now. I think I was trying to simulate the same noises, but it doesn't really work really well. Mind you, I was playing these games when I was 5 or 6 or something like that, so I was really, really young. For Red Alert and Warcraft 2, I'd say it's pretty fine. Tactical Ops, no, because it actually has blood in it, and I definitely wouldn't give that to my kid, especially since it's an old graphical game. No. I technically wouldn't give a 9-year-old Oblivion, but then again, that's just me. And of course, there's the Pokemon games, the Yu-Gi-Oh games, and all that such stuff on my original Game Boy or whatever that I would play. All that such stuff. So it doesn't really matter, right? But back then, I think I was more so an outside kid, though. To be honest, I was always outside. I don't think I was ever inside, unless it was like supper or something like that. Like it was the meal time, or it was time to go home kind of thing, or something along those lines kind of thing. I don't think I've ever really did stick a while inside and played like Game Boy and stuff like that. I think the only ever time I think I stayed inside to play my Game Boy and such was when I visited family. Because I actually remember this because of 2 reasons. One, I didn't know the location. I didn't know the kids in the local neighborhood. And even then, there was no point in making friends there because how often am I going to visit my family here? Not very often. Because it's only during special occasions, right? So it's like, I'm not going to be here. What's the point of making friends here? And the second one was usually when we're at this location. Aw, but I want to fight you. Aw, they don't let you skip anymore. Fine, I need the experience anyway. Okay, fine, whatever. Aw, really? Can I just fight you? Thank you. Okay, so you can get it right, and you'll still be able to fight them. Awesome. I'm just gonna skip this a little bit. Oops. Can I just face you? Thank you. Exactly what I wanted, so I want to fight you guys. I'm trying to level up Pikachu as much as possible before we get to the next gym, because I know the next gym is going to be kind of difficult. Yeah, so I'm trying... Yeah, so that's pretty much my childhood for the most part. I was mostly just playing those games. And the only thing that I kind of regret was at one point... I was playing a Kirby game for the Game Boy. I don't remember it exactly which one. There might have... Like, I don't remember its name. And that's the problem, is that I don't remember fully about it. But I remember what I did with it. So at one point, I was a kid, and of course, you know, kids have their temper tantrums, and you know, they get very angry really quick when something doesn't go their way. So when I was playing my Kirby game, I kept dying. So I got really angry, and I kind of regret this, but I ended up smashing my Game Boy on my forehead. I got so angry, I headbutted my Game Boy. And I broke the screen. You can still hear the game. The game is running in the background perfectly fine, but there's a giant... Like, it sounds like a giant smash you can see on the Game Boy screen. So I think that the outside screen is perfectly fine. It's the inside. I'm trying to remember how to explain it for a laptop. A laptop has two screens. It's got the outside screen, which is, I think it's more plastic than glass. I might be wrong on this. Or some kind of plexiglass or something like that. It's more of like, it's more of a durable kind of glass. Then inside of that has an LCD screen. That's probably what I broke from my Game Boy. Because I remember that the laptop I had before, the one that I'm going to immediately trash later, that one, under the same brand too, it's kind of funny. I had a little issue with that one. I won't go too much on topic of that one. But essentially, I broke it, so we ended up giving it to my cousin, I think, because his dad said that he can fix it, no problem. So, my dad just said, here you go. Here you go, you say you can fix it, here you go, because he didn't want to fix it. So I ended up getting the Game Boy SP. This would be one of the very few that I would end up getting. I probably have had 4 or 5 of them, pretty much. I am very notorious for destroying consoles. I've had 4 or 5 different ones. I know the Game Boy, yes. The original Game Boy I've had 1. Game Boy SP I had like 3 or 4 of them. Tops. They all had different ones. I can remember how 2 of them got destroyed, but I don't remember... I know there was one that might have gotten destroyed beforehand, but I don't remember how. And I still have my last one. I think it was my mom said that this is the last one she's buying. She's not buying another one. This is the last one. She's not going to buy another one. And so I took that to heart and I went, okay, I got to keep this thing perfectly intact. It's got scratches on it because normal, like, console use, but that's it. It still works perfectly fine. It's probably not, it's probably still fully charged kind of thing. But again, I know one of them, I was playing it while I was in the bathroom, I think. I can't remember why I brought it with me in the bathroom. But I think I brought it into me with the bathroom. And of course, as a stupid kid, I let go of it for a split second to pull up my pants for some reason, and it dropped into the toilet and absolutely just fucking died. And I went, no! And I just lost my Game Boy, and I just went, Mom, I lost my Game Boy. I dropped it in the toilet, and then I think I still had it. I think I picked it up and I dried it off. And she's like, oh, well, we'll get you a new one. And one I remember, because the one before I got this one, or maybe I've only had 3, and I just don't remember. But that one, it had a very mysterious thing happen. I don't know if this is just normal, or this is just my kid sort of head just thinking that this is how it happened. But, or I'm just misremembering it, but it just sounds so cool just to say it this way. When Bakugan was big, I mean huge, I was collecting. I didn't have a big collection or anything like that. I would just always ask for them, and I would never kind of get them when I really got them. But my grandmother used to always try, and anytime she went to Walmart or whatever, she would pick one up if she can, right? If they had it, because they were always mostly sold out. So for the most part, I would always have one of these, and I had a pretty decent collection. I think I had like 10, I think, at one point. Anyway, I was a dumb little kid, and I used to and I didn't know that magnets and electronics don't really go together. So while I was playing Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, that's the one. I didn't have Fire Red at this point. I had Fire Red later on. When I was playing Pokemon Leaf Green, I was playing around with my Bakugan on the side while waiting for, tapping A to kill Pokemon, the normal gist of everything. And all of a sudden, something mysterious happened to my Game Boy. I think it's because it was, I'm trying to wrap my head around why it did this, and why it didn't just kill the Game Boy. It did something really weird, where my Game Boy would, I don't know if it ever turned green. It's weird. But anyway, so while I was using my Game Boy, it would be at the red at all times that I would play it, but it would never die, and I'd be playing it for hours. I remember playing that Game Boy for about like 12 to about 13 hours, and it would not die, and I was really confused. I didn't even charge it, and it would never die. I don't know if it's a weird thing with magnets, but it was weird. Because I would quite literally look at this thing and go, wow, this thing's at red for like however long it is, and it still hasn't died yet. I am quite surprised. And it stayed that way for a long time, and then eventually I think it died, and it wouldn't charge. So either, I don't know if this is exactly how it works, but I think this is how it worked in my head, is that battery that magnet supercharged the battery so that it would have more battery life, but it would not let it gain any more charge. And it's probably not how batteries work, but to my tiny little kid brain, this is how it worked, and I thought, wow, this is cool. Then it died. And I thought it was really funny that ended up happening. I thought it was cool. My Game Boy never died. It stayed at the red, so it always had the illusion that eventually it would die, but it never did. And I thought, wow, this is so cool, man. My Game Boy doesn't die at all. It's at red all the time. And then eventually it did die. Which is apparent because it wouldn't charge. And the one I have right now, still probably somewhere in that cupboard or whatever. That one, I have tried to keep it. And I remember a good story about it. So, actually, I think that's pretty much all for the Game Boys. And in DS, I think I've only ever had like 2 or 3. I know one of them, I think, snapped in half. And I don't remember how it's got snapped in half, but it got snapped in half for some reason. I can't quite remember. But anyway, yeah, so... Come on, PKH, I want you to level up. I know this is a ground gym, but still, I want you to level up, man. Kind of deserve it. But yeah, so my first DS, I forget what happened to it. No, sorry, it didn't snap in half. It had a weird thing where you had to shimmy it to, like, you had to kind of twist and bend it a little bit. And then for some reason, it just wouldn't work anymore. So I think I might have twisted it or bent it or whatever too much, and I got a second DS. Same thing happened. I would twist and turn it and it would just work, and then at some point it would twist and turn back or something like that. It would